Let's build a concrete road. One way of doing that is to use a Slipform paver, and here we have a model of the Wirtgen SP64i, which is a Slipform paver. There's a picture of the real machine on the branded box, but there's no other information. And if we go to the end of the box, we see the model is made by NZG and it's model 1038. Straight onto the weighbridge it goes, and it's 2 pounds 4 ounces, which is just over 1 kilogram. Now we go into the model extraction process, and that starts by opening up the box. In goes a finger and thumb, and it pulls the insides out. This time we're unlucky because the trays have come out upside down, but that does let us see that the model is secured in place by twist ties. Putting the trays the right side up, the next thing to do is to get hold of a sharp knife, and then we carefully render cuts through the factory tapes. After that surgical precision, we can lift the top tray off, and then we get our first sight of the model, at least parts of it, because it's covered in soft paper. Peeling the paper back, we get the big reveal of the model, and there's some other packaging pieces. It is firmly secured for shipping, so we have to undo the twist ties, and for that it's all in the wrist action. With the ties undone, it's easy enough just to lift them straight up and out, and with that done, the model is now set free. All we need to do to complete the model extraction process is to bring in the giant hand cranes, and as it is a delicate model, we need to carefully lift it out. One thing to note is there's no assembly to do on this model because it is complete out of the box. You also get a bag containing some spare track links. Let's get the model to the weighbridge, and it weighs 1 pound 9 ounces, which in metrical speak is about 710 grams. We start with the model upside down, and on top is the front, and there's a spreading plough and then a series of poker vibrators. Next we have the smooth paving mould which forms the top surface, and this model is also configured with a dowel bar inserter. At the back we get to the super smoother, and as you'd expect that smooths off the top surface of the concrete. We move back to the front, and the front legs are very detailed and a complex piece of modelling, and most of it is in metal. The fresh concrete gets placed at the front and a spreading plough moves it from side to side, and as you can see this is a detailed part. The modelling also includes large cable pulleys. A metal handrail and ladders rise above the mould box, and a very nice looking detail is the realistic mesh flooring. It's fully perforated in a diamond pattern. In the operators area there are a variety of control consoles, and as you can see they are highly detailed. The consoles have tiny highlighted buttons. Overall these are very impressive examples of micro modelling. The engine bay has an exhaust pipe coming from it, and there's also a large metal canopy on the model, and it has the Wirtgen name and logo applied. Also modelled is a small telescopic loader arm. The next part of the model reaches another level of complexity, and that is the dowel bar inserter. And this really is very intricate. There's equipment modelled at each end, and in the middle there's a longitudinal joint tie bar inserter. Even the modelling of this piece of equipment includes its own control pad. Looking side on through the dowel bar inserter reveals what a complex and delicate piece of modelling it is. The detailing is also reflected in the extension beam castings, and it has a realistic look. Also modelled are the side tie bar inserters. Moving now to the back of the machine, there's a power pack on top of the beam, and there's another large pulley modelled, and also the rail for the super smoother is fully modelled on the beam below. On this configuration of the machine there's a metal lattice beam at the back, and it includes tiny winding handles, and the big super smoother is a nicely modelled part. If we get down on our hands and knees again and look underneath the machine, you can see the intricate modelling of the beam with its various openings in the casting. The rear legs are also highly detailed, and there are also hydraulic lift rams to raise the dowel bar inserter onto transport. The only thing missing are hydraulic hoses and cables, but even the support legs have tiny graphics. The track pads are plastic, but in fact they can be on the real machine also, so that is authentic. We start by looking at the support legs, and they have a degree of movement to set them clear of the machine. It's controlled by hydraulic rams, and rams are also used on the track frames themselves. And these allow the machine to be steered in a circle or set into a transport position. One advantage of using plastic on the track pads is that they are very free rolling. At the front, the spreader plough works by moving from side to side, but it can't go to each end of the rail. The loader arm performs impressively as it fully rotates and you can raise the arm up, and it also has a telescopic extension which pulls out smoothly. So it's straightforward to pose the loader arm in a variety of positions. Another movable part is the longitudinal joint tie bar inserter, and this can be moved forwards and back. The rear transport legs can be rotated in and out of position, and you can also rotate the rams into a horizontal position for when laying concrete. Finally, at the back of the machine, the super smoother can be moved the full length of the width, and if you are really keen, you could probably use this to butter your toast. This is a very interesting model of a slipform paver by NZG. The real machine is very complex, and that's reflected in the model, and it's one of the more complex pieces of modelling that you're likely to see. The detailing is at a very high level and there's some interesting functionality, and overall the model is excellent.